This story was told to me by a hunter I didn't know. Believe it or not. There was a forest ranger's house in the woods where Tiffany and her little son lived. There was a black dog of unknown breed. On that terrible day, the house caught fire. The woman's husband died in the fire. The husband and Tiffany's little son were sleeping in the house when the fire broke out. Tiffany was in town at the time, shopping for groceries for her family. A dog rushed into the burning house and pulled the child out, but the man of the family was burned to death. The boy almost suffocated in the smoke. The burnt dog was brought out by the woman. In gratitude, he truly paid her with his son's love. Unable to live in the village where the tragedy happened, Tiffany asked the village chief to replace the elderly forester, who had been looking for a replacement for a long time. The headman resisted at first. How will a woman with a child live in the deep forest among wolves and bears? But Tiffany was persistent, so he gave in. That's how the three of them lived: Tiffany, her son, and her faithful dog. At first, the mayor came to visit to check on them, but soon he realized that the new skirted forester was doing a good job and left them alone. The first winter passed quietly, but in early spring, the dog began to disappear into the woods for long periods of time. The woman did not know what to think, anxiously awaiting the appearance of the belated prodigal son. But one day the dog did not come alone. At the edge of the forest, not far from the house, stood a young black she-wolf. And so the reason why the prodigal son had been missing in the forest was revealed. The young family settled in a box and everything would be fine, but the she-wolf did not want to put up with the presence of man. As soon as the woman approached the booth, she immediately growled and barked. One night the dog scratched and whined quietly at the door. Tiffany ran out into the yard and he led her to the box. The she-wolf was lying on the bedding and breathing hard. Tiffany climbed into the box and groped the she-wolf. The weakened she-wolf did not resist, only whimpered quietly. All the bones were intact. The mouth was clean. The woman did not know what to do. The worried dog lay next to his friend and looked hopefully at his mother. Soon puppies were born, real wolves, except that their coloring was the same as their father's. But along with joy came sorrow. A month later, defending the house from a bear, the dog died. Tiffany buried him next to a big white birch tree. The she-wolf did not leave the woman and remained faithful to her. But human life is not infinite. A wolf rushed under the horse's feet as the headman was riding near the forester's house. Miraculously, the man stayed in the saddle, pulled his gun off his shoulder, and suddenly recognized the she-wolf Tiffany. The she-wolf was rushing along the road and whimpering. When he sensed something wrong, he spurred his horse and rode towards the ranger's house. He found Tiffany's body already cold. The doctor called in said that her heart had stopped. At night, the whole village couldn't sleep. Wolves were howling. What happened to the she-wolf and her cubs? They went into the forest until her death. The she-wolf never let any wolf near her. And 3 years later, she was found dead on the dog's grave. The headman buried her next to it. The puppies grew up and became leaders. They also had children. And the most amazing thing is that the packs that had black leaders never attacked people and did not touch livestock. And the hunters did not touch them either. They remembered about the black dog and his girlfriend. Black skin, but white soul, they used to say about them. This is a story about love and loyalty. Friends, what do you think about it? Write in the comments and don't forget to put likes under the video and subscribe to our channel.